fishing friend again. We're continuing on with the Fisherman-Fishing Planet adventure. We finished with mud water and stayed there and fished till we got to level 9, so I could get the bottom rig that I needed to use a larger bait in order to catch the bowfin. So now it wants me to go to Rocky, and we got to buy a license. It wants me to buy it wants me to shop license. Yeah, let's do it this way. There we go. Let me go back and do what it says to do. Colorado. And I want to buy an advanced license. I don't want to buy a basic. I want to be able to keep fish. Buy basic Colorado license. Why does it want me to buy a basic? Okay, I'll do what it says. Okay. Now we're going to travel to Rocky. We go to here. It says, don't forget to check the weather. Okay. We'd like to be around noon, it looks like. I don't know if that's noon or that's noon or 1. We'll figure it out. Okay. Go fishing. Now I read the mission beforehand and it said to set my leader at 60 inches. So I've already got my leader set at 60 inches on a float rig. A little bit of money. Okay, we're going to go here. I hate to bother people. Let me do this. Let me go to a friends only room. That way I won't bother anybody, because I was fixing to walk right up on top of that guy. And I don't like when people do it to me, so I don't want to do it to anybody else. You gotta be kind to your friend. There we go. It says, check the weather. Set the best time to fish any activity. And it says 2 p.m. Here we go. Alrighty. Ready for trophy. You fulfilled all conditions and are now ready for catching a trophy trout. Now all that's left is to make a good weight for the bite. Tight lines. Tight line means good luck in the game. Live bait is perfect for catching trophy trout. All you need to do is cast the right spot and wait for the bait. So I've got the leader set already for 60 inches, so we'll go ahead and do it again what it says. So I've already set it for 60 inches. Okay. Aha. He wants me to go over there. That's interesting. I'll do it. Oh, I'm on a rocks. Okay, I can't walk around there. Okay. Let's see what happens. We can zoom in. Doesn't zoom in very much, does it? I guess small minnows is live bait, isn't it? I would think so. Oop, there we go. Get a little more drag. A little less drag. It's saying more drag. There we go. You gotta watch out when they jump up. They will get off. And they're golden. Okay, we're gonna keep it. Lucky bobber. Okay. Oh, I must have missed a spot because it was laying on its side. The sight bobber. Must have cast it too far. Try that. There we go. Now it's vertical. I don't know what good it does me to zoom in because I can't really tell what the bobber's doing anyhow. I just have to watch the sight bobber or watch this under here to get some blue, which tells me there's a fish on. And I should be hearing a ding. I haven't heard a ding. Turn my headset up. Come on, fish. Do-do-do-do. Now see, I can. It's not going to let me. Why is it not going to let me? It should let me. Let's try C. Nope. It's not going to let me clip that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Woodpecker. Nope, it's not going to let me clip it. Little glitch in the game. Because I should be able to clip this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. I can see the bobber, but it's not doing anything. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Okay, let's cast it a little bit further to the left. See what we get. See if it won't let me clip it this time. Nope. It's not going to let me clip it. Interesting. And I'm pretty sure to clip the line, the keyboard is C. Didn't do that either, so. Do 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 do. Come on, trophy trout. Trophy trout, trophy trout, trophy, trophy, trophy trout. I could get a little closer. Do 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 do. But this is where it told me to stand. When you're following the directions, you got to do what it tells you to do. There we go. There's a fish. We got them both up. I can probably do a little more drag on it if I need to. Let's see. One more. That's probably it. If I go one more, the line's going to break. So 8. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got it on 8. I got it on 8. If I go one more, the line's going to break. Oh, don't get off. Don't get off. Don't get off. When it goes all blue like that, it's running right straight at you. And they will get off. He done run back out there over 20 feet. Gotta be at least a trophy. And you do all this fighting, and then they'll get off, and you say, oh, man. Part of the adventure. Part of the adventure. I let up on my reel. I let that, the reel strength, far right graph, come down, and then I can reel some more and hold my rod up. Good fight. Good fight on this light rig, I tell you. Yeah, we're gaining on a little bit of time. Just a bit of it. Oh, that's gaining on me. Here we go. Come on. You can watch my hands in the video and you can see when I'm reeling and when I'm not. See, I'm not reeling right now. Now I am. Now I am. Now I'm not. Now I am. Now I am. See, as long as that reel chart, graph, whatever you want to call it, is up at the top, I don't want to reel, because the fish just pulls out more line. But you got to be ready to get back on it if it drops down too low, because it'll tell you got low line tension. I think it's got it. We got it. What do we got here? A rainbow. It's not a trophy. Nice fish. Thank you. New level 10. I made level 10 out of it anyhow. Let's see. Let's see if I can walk over a little closer. Here we go. Now it's only 9:30. Still won't let me clip it. And no, my battery's not bad because it's doing everything else. So I don't know. We'll see. We just wait. That was a good fight. I like that. What I'm doing is I'm using the float rig that we put together at Mudwater. I'll show you what it is in a minute. Just tighten our line up. Get rid of the slack. Here we go. Here we go. Do 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 do. We got another fighter. See this, if I was fighting a fish for real, this is what I would do. I'd hold my rod up and just reel when it wasn't pulling a line out against the drag. That's what I would really do. Now sometimes what you got to do on really big fish is most of them are not going to run straight at you like trout, and some of them will do. You've got to just hold your reel down and reel straight. There we go. There's a trophy cutthroat. Thank you. Okay, now what do you want me to do next? Landing a trophy. We got $500 and a bait coin. Cool. Okay, using the feeder with the right ground bait will attract a lot of fish. Super effects for casting bottom fish. That's one fine tool for any angler to master. So a feeder. Okay. So what's it going to want us to do? Be on the global map on Lesni, VILA. Okay, now we go back here. Ground bait. See, now that's something that's foreign to me. Okay. We're going to shop first, and it's going to send us over to Lesni. Okay, shop first. We need tools and equipment. Okay. We need outfit and rod stand. Outfit. Which one do we want here? We are level 10. So we can get this one. See, it holds 7 tackles and 2 lines. We get a tackle box. It holds 3 tackles and 1 line. That's 5 tackles and 1 line. 3 rods. That's 5 tackles and 1 line. This holds 7 tackles and 2 lines. So that's the one we'll get. Now, buy a slingshot mono rod stand. Rod stand. That one. Okay. Buy one of the highlighted items. I did. Oh, okay. What weight is this one? 5 pound, 485. Let's get the heavier one. Okay, home storage. Okay. Now we go back to your lines. Mono line. We got a 5 pound. What is this? 4 pound. Okay. Open feeder. Cage feeder. Lines again. Oh, leader. Okay. Hook number 4. Inventory. Equip slim. So now we got to do with this is we got to get rid of this. Okay. You got to put it home. That's all you got to have an empty slot before you can equip anything. So we're gonna put the Creek Pro 710 on there. Put a backpack. Put our reel on there. There you go, home. Oh, that's the reel we want to put on there. Okay, we'll put that one on there. Back to home. Line. Mono. Okay. 196 feet. That looks good. Now we'll go to here. Gotta have the feeder. It's right here. Open feeder. Okay. Line for leader. Okay. Now, gotta have the hook. Okay. Bait. Dough balls. What else? Okay. What's this? A shop. Ground bait. Feeder. And wants us to use crimson and cold water. Okay. Crimson and cold water. Assemble feeder rig. Oh, thank you. There's a bait coin. Properly placed ground bait will greatly increase your chance of catching attracting fish. Just mix it up, put it into the feeder, and make your cast. There are huge shoals of fish in less big waters that will require ground bait to hold them in front of you. Okay. Go to the map. Here's something I learned a while back. You can only mix this stuff while you're on the water. Okay. And I guess we already still had a map left over from yesterday, because it didn't ask us to buy a map. It didn't ask us to buy a license, or it wouldn't let us go before we bought a license without saying, "Are you sure you want to go?" It'll pop up in the middle. Okay. Press I to open your inventory and equip Crimson Cold Water. Oh, we want to do something else too, don't we? We want to go to a friends only room so we don't bother anybody. Open up our inventory. Okay, Crimson Cold Water. We'll put it right there. We got to mix it. Going to mix it with water is what we'll mix it with. Click OK. There we go. With the map, go fishing. We're ready to fish now. And it's going to want us to put the rod stand down. So to put the rod stand down, I'm sure it's going to tell me to press the number 9 key on my keyboard. On your Xbox, it's different. Walk up here. Press 9, set the rod stand, okay? And you can set the rod stand up. Well, there it is. See, it's got to be green. Red, you can't set it down. So I'm going to walk over here a little bit. Oops, going to back up now. There we go. Let's see if I can go any further forward. That's it. And when you set it, the way you set it down is you press the left mouse button. And that sets it down. Now you're ready to fish. We're going to cast out. See if this will let me clip it. So I click it with my... That one let me clip. That's pretty good. Now, if I hit... I didn't get a chance to put on rod stand, did I? There's two ways to put it on a rod stand. I'll show you. You can either line it up with the rod stand and then click your left mouse button, or if you hit Control, whatever the name of your number of your rod is. Cool. This time I'm going to line it up. See, now it's got to go back and reload bait in a feeder because it dissipates when it's out there. Oh, now see, I also don't have to aim it anymore. I already got the distance set. Okay. Wait till it hits the bottom. Okay. Then you go right here and you see that. Did you see the indication there? Now when you want to pick that up, you can do just, you're using rod number 1. You gotta remember what number you're using. And just click on your number 1 on your keyboard. When you got 4 rods, 3 rods, 2 rods, whatever, you just click on the number. Or the other way you can do it is to set it on that stand. Since I'm using rod number 1, is hit Control 1, and that will set the rod on that position on the rod stand. I must have a fish on there, so I got to pick it up. I got to remember I don't have an indicator on here. Rods, I saw my line running off that way. As you get higher up, you can buy rod stands that have alarms on them. And as soon as you can get one, a 2-rod stand or a 3-rod stand, I highly recommend that. Makes it a little easier. Because you notice, when I had the rod stand, had it on the rod stand, it didn't show me anything. There was nothing over here on here until I picked up the rod. So here, this time I'm going to do it by using a Control 1 and put on the rod stand. I'm going to hit Control 1. Shift 1. There we go. Shift 1. This is the Fisherman. It's Shift 1 to put it there. You see, I've got no indicator of anything in this area here. I've got to watch the line and watch. If I zoom in, I can watch the tip of my pole and watch the line, and let that be my indicator of when I've got a fish on. The line will either move left or right, or the tip will quiver. Because it's a quiver tip. How about that? But like I say, unless you are European and fish European lakes and rivers, mixing up all the ground baits and the pop-up boilies and sinking boilies and aromas and all that stuff, that gets real involved, and that's just not my cup of tea. See, there goes the line. So we got a fish on. So I'm going to do Shift 1. And that picks it up. Shift 1 puts it down, Shift 1 picks it up. Here again. Now I'm going to give one more click. There we go. Now see, I give it one more click, but I also had my finger on the minus button, that if I'd have gone over where that was bright red, it looks like the top of a thermometer, and the red gets round and big. Instantly I push the minus button to keep it from breaking my line, because I've only got one feeder, and I don't know if it would break my feeder off or just my hook and line and bait. Better safe than sorry. Like I said, you can always go up. There you go. A mirror carp. Cool. What's it telling us to do? Cast ground bait to mark spot 5 times. Okay. It never did tell us to put it on the rod stand, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold on to it. I like being able to see the blue here. Okay. Or the rod quiver tip. And you can leave your drag set at, or your reel speed set at 1, because when you hook a fish, it'll go to 4. You don't have to move it up there. It will go to 4 without you having to spin your wheel. Well, this will be number 4. Oh, it's cast. Doesn't say catch fish. It says cast. I don't care. I want to catch fish. It's a fishing game, not a casting game. At least that's what I thought. That's another nice fish. Okay, so I stop reeling. This fish is probably going to be more. Now, I don't think there's a 4-pound fish here, because max what we got there on our line is 4 pounds. Just another day in our journey, our adventure. A young mirror carp. Okay, 1.8 pounds. Okay. Gotta let it put the ground bait back in the feeder. Now if you want to, after we complete this mission, this part of the mission, you can stay here and fish that same spot over and over and over and over, as long as you got ground bait. Okay. When you don't have ground bait, it'll tell you no more bait available, no ground bait available. Oop, there's just another fish. See, I like being able to see the blue. For me, with my eyes, it's hard to see that quiver tip move up there. But if I can see the blue, I know I got a fish on. There we go. Alrighty. Mission accomplished. Feed the spot. Great job experimenting using different mixtures and attachments to discover what works best. Now, there is a mission here, or a competition here, for catching bream and crucian. And if I remember right, okay, well, now wants us to catch with rod stand. Use a rod stand to fish with more than one rod, simultaneously using multiple rods at the same time. Allows you to explore the water much faster and catch way more fish. Okay. Press I to open your inventory. I. Okay. Shop. Common bells. Aha, that's where it's going to help us on that rod stand. Okay. Now we go to here and put it here. Now on the rod stand, that'll ring for us. Let's see what else we're going to use. We'll use that one. But I don't know if those will be. We'll find out. We'll see what they want us to use. Okay. Go fishing. Press 9 to reset the rod stand and install it. We already did that. Okay. And we're going to use number 1 because we're going to be on the bottom. I'm going to cast out the same spot. But I got a bell on here now, so we're going to get a bell ring when we get a fish on it. We still, but like I say, I'm using a shift 1. Okay. Now I'm going to get number 3 rod out. Press 9 to select the rod stand, and it's I already did. Sorry. Now we can fish with. Now, if I get a fish on a rod stand, I can put this rod I got in my hand, I can put it on the rod stand. All I have to do is hit shift 1 and it'll change the rods. It'll put the rod in the stand on my hand and put the rod in my hand on the stand. Let me show you. Shift 1. See what I mean? And we got a fish on there. I didn't hear the bell. Didn't hear the bell. See, now, there's the other problem. We got a float out there, but we can't see we got no indicator. Approaching carp. Okay. Cast back out there. Oh, got to put more ground bait in. I guess it's not going to do anything till I set the rod stand. It's going to keep telling me, oh, I already did it. It didn't know I did that. Now I'll do shift 1 and they'll change. And then how many feet out there was I? Do you remember? 90 what? 104. Okay. So I'm going to bring this one in. At high speed reel. Then I'm going to cast. It tells me to do 9. So I only got 1 rod stand. So let's cast this one out. See if we can get out there around 100 feet. Oop, I got a fish on. Why is my bell not seen off? Shift 1. Here we go. I can't hear it. If there's a bell dinging, I can't hear it. I can hear a lot better now. I turn the volume up on my headset. So what I'll do when this comes in is I'm going to make sure in game settings that I have fish proximity bite alarm on. I'll show you how to do that too. Here come my buddy. Here come my buddy. There you go. Okay. Let me get number. Oh, I got a fish on that one. Come on, come on. Pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. I could hear it splash out there and I saw the line move. With the small minnows that we were using to catch the fish in Rocky. Okay. Here you go, the young northern pike. Cool. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 9, which will, okay, the way you pick up your rod stand, you take a rod and line it up towards yellow, and then hit the right mouse button. That's supposed to pick it up. See what it says here. It says, there we go. You got to press it and hold it. Okay, and then hit it again, and it disappears. The right mouse button. Now we're going to press 9 and set it back down. Okay, and then press the left mouse button to position it. That's what it wants us to do. Okay. Cast the feeder tackle. Okay, that's number 1. See, we already know what our distance is. So. Place the rod on a stand. Remember that? Shift 1. Catch common or mirror carp with the rod and stand. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Bite indicator visibility. Oh, we don't have it on here. I can turn that off. Show snags and warnings. I like that. Bite indicator visibility. Interesting. Let's see what the audio is. It's on audio. There it is. Bite sound. Float. Oh, for float. That's all. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go back to fishing. Let's see. Gotta apply. Anytime you make changes, you gotta apply. So let's go back to the map. Go fishing. Okay. Watch the tip of the fishing rod and the sound of the bell. Didn't hear it. Oops, wrong one. That's max. Okay. Zoom in. And if you want a different angle, you can move over here. You can move over here as long as you jump in the water. In Russian Fishing 4, I tried it for a while. And I'd jump in the water and die. I'd walk along the shore and go down a little embankment and slide down in the water and die. It seemed like everything I did, I died. I even had a bear come up behind me and attack me, and I died. And I didn't know that was supposed to happen in a game. I just thought the bear sounds were sounds, but it came up behind me and attacked. And nobody said they'd ever had that happen. Well, it happened to me. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, there we go. I hear the bell. Oh, see, I'm going to shift 1. That time I heard the bell. Thank you, bell. So you got to do shift 1 to pick up your rod. That's the easiest way. That's not what we want. Okay. Now you can pick your rod up there again by just taking yourself and lining up to where the rod is highlighted, and you can pick it up that way too. But as you go along, being able to pick your rod up fastest. Aim on the stand, place your rod on. Okay. Shift 1. Being able to pick your rod up when you want to is a whole lot better. And the way you do that is using your shift key and whatever number rod you're picking up. Like when you get 4 rods and number 4, you know, you got to go over here and line up. It's easier to just hit shift 4. And then if you're playing 2 rods at the same time, if you got a 4 rods, let's say a 3 rod stand on, and you're fishing with rod numbers 1, 2, and 3, and you get a fish on number 1, you pick it up and you're fighting it, and you get one on number 2. Well, you can do a shift 2, and it'll change those rods out. And you play this for a while, then you do shift 2 again, and it'll change them out. That way you can fight 2 fish at the same time. Sometimes you'll lose one of them. So, like I tell people, pick your battle. If you got a fish that's got your graphs, you know, so far, here's the top, so far up and it's coming in fast, and your other fish is up here, this is the bigger fish. This one does not going to give you as much money or as much XP, so pick your battle. If they're both about the same, just pick one up, count to about 5 or 6, and then change. Count to about 5 or 6 and change. But if you got one here and one here, let the smaller one go, because you're going to get more XP and more money with a bigger fish. Okay? I'm trying to give you information that I've learned. I've been playing the game on Steam for this November. First week in November will be 4 years. And I'm just trying to give you information that will help you. We got a young common carp. Mission accomplished. What are we going to get? We've got some Crimson Cold Water Golden. Catch with rod stand. Great using it. Got another coin. $630. Okay, what's next? Emerald Lake is heartwarming and always welcomes the weary travelers. Head over there for a few days to explore this waterway. Marvelous possibilities. Catch some trophy pike. Conquer the ferocious walleye at nighttime. Nighttime best for walleye, believe me. Nighttime peaks. And explore the lake's aquatic splendor on a kayak. But to do all this, you'll have to get an advanced fishing license, because you can't keep fish in most lakes if you fish at night. You have to have an advanced license. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. We're going to get out of here. Now here's something else you can do. You can stay here and roll this over. See? Let's see what happens if we roll it over. And I can do this. Use my wheel. I'm pressing the T key and I'm just using the wheel to go to 1 day. You see what's costing? $10 is all it costs to roll it over. See, what day are we on now? There we go. Day 5. So we go over 5 times and we get a bobber. So now let's go. The next thing you do is you can go 30 times. Okay, so let's do it. Time. Say 30 days. At each of the lakes, there are rewards, X series rewards that will help you so much more later on in the game. So when it's cheap like this and we got the money, let's go ahead and stay here and do it. And then once I get this, I will end this video and we'll pick up Emerald on the next one. Now let me show you something. I'm using my wheel. You can also use this to click it, but the wheel's a lot faster. I don't know what lure we're going to get here. We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, what day are we on? Let's look up here. We're on day 13. Lucky 13. T key. Roll the wheel. 1 day. Plus 1 day. A lot of people don't know that on the other versions, the other platforms, you can just click over there. It's a lot faster, but I like this too. This is the way I learned how to do it to begin with. Now here's the other bad part about it. When you get a higher rank, higher level, and you got 4 or 5 rods in your rod case, you don't want to do it then like this. You'll want to, if you're going to do the challenge, the 30-day challenge, and you don't have to buy a license, you don't have to fish. You go to the lake, but first, put everything in your inventory. Rods, reels, everything. Now you're going to have to rebuild it all, but there's going to be a charge for repair. And if you have a lot of gear, all that gear is going to be charged. And your net is where your biggest charge is going to come from. And the bigger the net, remember I told you, it costs you so much per day to use it to fish there, to repair it. What day are we on now? 27. We're getting close. It should be 28. See what we're going to get here. Okay, we got an X Series single spoon, 1.5 ounce. Good lure. That will catch big Chinook in Alaska. So that's a good one. We'll not use it. We also got 5 bait coins. We won't use it now, but that's for later on in the game, and it'll be in our inventory. Okay. So there we go. So what up next is we're going to leave, go back to the home map, and so we got to level 10. See that repair bill? You'll see how much it is. It's only $481. But if you want to, you can repair just one thing at a time. But see, that's 3 gold. We don't want to do that unless you got a bunch of them. What's this one? That's 5 gold. Nope. That's $481. So repair all is $481 and 8 gold. Now I was told that anything you have to buy with gold, you have to repair with gold. Remember that. That's critical. So we'll go ahead and use it because we got plenty of gold coins. Okay, there we are. So it's going to want to shop. It's going to put a rig together, and then we'll wind up going to Emerald next video. Okay, so we went from level 9 to level 10, and we're all getting close to level 11. So that's where we are. So the pandemic, remember, we will get through this together by the grace of God. Please mask and social distance. My wife and I and my son, we were double vaxxed. We've had both doses of the Pfizer vaccine, and we still, whenever we go anywhere, I went to an automated place today to get my truck to work on it. We wear our mask, and we try to keep social distance, and better safe than sorry. And if you don't have your vaccination, I highly recommend getting it, because if you have some side effects, the side effects are much less critical than if you catch the Delta variant or any of the COVID-19. I've had friends and people at church that die from COVID. So please help yourself and help your fellow man, help your family. Remember, P. Practice, patience, persistence, and preparedness will produce. And learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. So this is Double Talk 73, your fishing friend, saying God bless you and your family. Stay well, stay safe, stay healthy. And that's about it. So happy trails to you till we meet again. Come back for the next video in the series. And y'all come back now, you hear?